Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. See if I can see. There's comments. I do not own the rights to this music. This is Elfrida. I believe it's Anuora. Beautiful song though. It's called One. If you're interested, look her up. Good morning, everyone. See if we can tag some people. There's a spirit, mortality are in me, am in you, you are in me, you are in me, you and I are one, Lord. Ah, here we go. You and I are one, Lord. You are in me. You are in me. I am in you. You are in me. You and I are one. One love. I am in you, you are in me, you are in me, you and I are one, Lord. And I are one, Lord. I am in you, you are in me, you are in me, you and I are one, Lord. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Nicolette, good morning.
He is our head and we are his body. He is a sanctifier and we are sanctified. His one spirit, that same spirit, which is the light unapproachable, who the Father calls Lord. The Spirit which witnessed all beginnings, yet himself holds a record of no beginning, whose deity is acknowledged in every realm dimension. Father and Son, same water, same river. The Father and His Son, same water. The divine Spirit water. Yea, the Father is pleased to give His glory to His begotten Son.
Good morning.
And we are in Him that is true. We are in His Son. For in this life there is no
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is called One by Elfrida Anuora. Very powerful. You and I are one. You and I are one. See if the room fills up a little bit. You are in me. You and I are one. You and I are one. I am in you. You are in me. Good morning. Good morning, Monica, Nicolette, Mandy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. See where this goes. I don't own the rights to that music, but you should check it out. That's Elfrida Oneness, and the title of that was One. Very powerful song. Very powerful song. One thing that happened to me years ago, I went to me and a friend of mine, Brennan Nix, really good friend of mine. We went to a meeting, a gathering down in Florida, and it was John Crowder. It was a John Crowder meeting, and I had heard all these stories about these meetings and how all this there was just all this celebration and laughter and just crazy things happened. So we went, and sure enough, it was just like it was explained. I started laughing, and I did not stop laughing for like 2 or 3 hours straight. Every now and then I would come out of the laughter, and it was like this cloud, this haze was in the room. And he was, I remember at one point, it was like an hour into this meeting, and I just can't stop laughing. And I had never experienced that up to that point. I had experienced a whole lot of crying and just a whole lot of brokenness. But I remember coming out of that laughter at one point. I know it was a good hour and a half into this meeting. He was still on the announcements. And he even made a comment that there was more glory on the announcements than on the actual message that he was going to talk about. But it was an amazing time. But I remember that meeting. He kind of singled me out, and he kept giving me these giveaways, and books and stuff, and this jump drive, and I got him to sign the book he had no idea what happened after that, but I got him to sign this book at the end, and he wrote in there, John 14:20, and he looked up at me and he said, it's coming. And I was like, what in the world did this guy mean? And I'd read John 14:20, but it just got so real for me. And John 14:20 says, on this day you will know that just as I am, and it says in my Father, but my shouldn't even be in there, but it says just as I am in Father, you are in me, and I am in you. We are one. And if you really dig into it, Father is our one absolute eternal being. Our being. Our being. And what he's saying there is just in means also as. So just as I am, Father, you are me and I am you. There's this oneness between us all. And there is no death. There's no past. There's no future. There's now. Every being that's ever come into existence is still alive. And this is why I've had many encounters with people from the past, that have passed on, with Jesus, Alexander Dowie. Who's the other guy? Saint Germain. many of them. My father, who has passed on, and the thing about it, when they come to me, I'm a dreamer, so I generally see them in dreams, visions. And when they come to me, we are so one that we know each other in such a way that before any questions or answers are asked, the thoughts are already there. It's this. I wouldn't do it justice trying to define it, but it's so real. And that's how one we all are. The title of this was Just Ask Me for Help. Namaste. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Donovan. Good to have you, brother. Sisters, good to have you. Zach, good morning. And the title of this is Just Ask Me for Help. And I'm just going to kind of take you through the how I've evolved and unfolded in the process. As a child, and I've been doing a lot of crying here lately. When I really feel the present moment, the presence, I tend to cry and laugh. Oh man, and it's heavy. It is heavy. It's been heavy. We've been experiencing things like this vibration. I've been speaking about it, but it's been increasing. My entire bed seems to be vibrating at night. It feels like it's lifting off the ground. Jessica can hear a humming sound sometimes. We're vibrating at such a high speed. And I don't think there's anything we can do about it. It's happening. It's natural. We're being synced up. We're resonating at that with our higher self. You could say Jesus. Because we're one. We're one. And the title of this is Just Ask Me for Help. So when I was a child, I remember I could hear this voice within me so clear. So clear. And it was so simple back then. It would tell me, like I would be walking in the woods as a kid, very young, probably 4, 5, 6. And I remember this voice would tell me which way to go. I could never get lost. It'd tell me which way to go and which way not to go. And then later, as I got a little older and I started to hang out with different kids and things, and the voice would tell me things like, don't go with them. Don't go there. Stay here. Go this direction. Go that direction. Just very simple. This way, that way. And I would listen, but when I got up into, probably 12 and 13, I started to go against the voice because of pressure, wanting to be accepted, all those things. These memories that I know now, I came here and agreed to come, and what I believe with a set amount of these memories that were lying asleep in the database called the subconscious mind or inner child. And I agreed to come here to set us free. Because once I set myself free of these very ancient memories, I've set us all free. Because we're connected. And then I had some people that agreed to come that looked like my enemies, my adversaries. And they came to awaken those memories so that I could set us free. These ancient memories, setting all of creation free. I'll post up a prophecy I had about 2022, and I had no idea that it meant what it means right now. That we're setting ourselves free. It was about these thicket clearers, these Alabamians. Alabama means thicket clearer, one who clears the path so that all can enter the field. A forerunner, a pioneer. Well, the path is overgrown with weeds, thickets. It's overgrown with tares. And these tares are corrupt data. It's memory. It's the memory of sin, the memory of death, the memory of separation, the memory of another, the memory of lack, the memory of poverty, the memory of sickness, the memory of dis-ease, the memory of no worth, no value, not being who I am, negating my origin, which is to resist the truth. And so I need help. And I've spoken a lot about this, but I've recently come to know that my intellect, my personality, my intellect, my conscious mind doesn't know. It thinks it knows. It's a problem solver. It reasons. It's logical. It reasons. It solves problems. Therefore, it needs problems to solve. So I'm going around and my intellect is comparing everything and everyone to these memories of the past, right? And I'm projecting these very memories onto this canvas that's clean, this reality that's so pure and clean. It's sacred. And it's distorting these memories that I'm projecting, that we've all been projecting, is distorting reality. It's a misrepresentation of reality, which is the very definition of an illusion. And all the time I'm perceiving these illusions based off of memory. So what can I do? Well, along the way, I forgot how clearly I could hear this voice. And we can call it whatever we want to call it. Okay, you can call it the Spirit if you want to. You can call it breath, inspiration. You can call it your divine self. You can call it God. You can call it Jesus. It doesn't matter. We can't get hung up on these words. For one person, it's spirit. For another, it's breath. For one person, it's Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost. For another, it's the Spirit of holiness. It doesn't matter. For one, it's God. For another, it's the universe. For one, it's the universe. For another, it's life. For one, it's Father. For another, it's our one absolute eternal being. For one, it's Jesus Christ. For another, it's the anointing, the unique expression of our being. Now, there's one Jesus. There can never be another Jesus. There's one, just as there's one of me. There can never be another me. There's never been another me. And there'll never be another me. There's one very unique individual expression, fragment of the whole, our being. That's who I am. And I'm here for a very specific purpose. I'm here to set us free. I carry something just as you do. We are all very unique. And in this expression, in this unveiling of visibility, we birthed the law of individualism. So that we would each know the very parts that we were. Not just blended together as one, but we would know that we were each unique parts, all connected together, all needed. And on the way back into one is all is one, we're coming back into this experience, this realization, this experience that we are one. We are one being. And at the same time, we're aware of each part. It's an amazing thing. So along the way, for me, I started dealing with heavy drug use and alcohol use and you name it. And but down deep, I always had this knowing that there was more purpose to life. There was a divine purpose. And I always knew, I was like, okay, who am I? Why am I here? What's the purpose of life? It can't just be to wake up, go to work, party, do all this, and that's it. There's got to be something else here, right? Who am I? Who am I? Who are we? You know? It's always been there. And the other thing is these problems that I would encounter in life, I would not have encountered them if that lower mental vibration was not already in my subconscious mind, which is our subconscious mind. It's a huge database. We share it. That's why you come across certain people, we attract certain things into our lives. I have not been programmed and I have not been conditioned by anything external to me. I attracted those things in to awaken the very memories that were limiting us, the very memories that's been distorting reality, keeping us bound to the program so that I could set myself free, essentially setting all free. So these mirrors I've been attracting into my life, and I used to say, well, the educational system programmed me, the media programmed me, my parents and family programmed me, the religion programmed me, the medical system programmed me, the financial system programmed me, you name it, it programmed me, but I'm powerless in that place. Nothing outside of me. There are no powers outside of me. Nothing programmed me. I came here with these memories already within my subconscious mind, and it attracts these mirrors to me, revealing the very things that have been limiting an unlimited being, so that I can set myself free, setting all free. Salvation is moment by moment. So I really, and when it, along the way, I got very, 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 very lost. Became a very angry person. I was angry at life, very bored with life. I got tired of everything. Nothing worked anymore. The drugs didn't work anymore. Nothing worked. It all lost its flavor to me. Sex, you name it, it all lost its flavor to me. Fighting, it all lost its flavor. And I really began on the inside to just cry. I don't know what's going on. What is wrong with me? I remember calling my dad one day on the back porch, and I had been out. Used to black out. I blacked out, and I woke up in some house. I had no idea where I was at. Couldn't find my car. Couldn't find my debit card. I had to call my ex-wife. I had to call her to come get me. And I remember sitting on the back porch, the back deck, and I was just crying. I was like, "What is wrong with me? I'm going crazy." And I called my dad and I said, "Dad, I think I'm going crazy. I've got this anger that's uncontrollable. I'm either normal like this, or I'm literally ripping cabinet doors off the cabinets." And I'd been to war, and I'd had things told to me about PTSD, but I know today all my problems, all my so-called problems are memories stored within my subconscious mind that are replaying as problems. So what can I do? I remember saying, "I don't know what's wrong with me. I can ask for help." Here's the reason. That our intellect, the one that's trying to figure everything out, it can't figure everything out. It wasn't designed for that. The one that thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks, we can think or we can let go. It was not designed to know. Forgive them, they know not what they do. We know not what we do. It processes 15 bits of information of the 15 million bits of information that's being processed in each and every moment. 1/1,000,000th. It does not know, but it is a gift. It's the gift to be able to consciously choose whom I will serve this day. But you cannot serve two masters. You will love the one and hate the other. You cannot serve memory and our divine creator at the same time. You cannot serve the corrupt data, the programming, and the Christ at the same time. Your divine self, your higher self. You cannot serve two masters. You'll love the one and hate the other. So choose whom you will serve this day. So what happened to me is I got tattooed on my traps, ask God in reverse. So every time I would look in the mirror, this was back in like probably, it's after I got back from the war. I knew nothing about asking, praying, nothing. I had forgotten that I used to have these very intimate conversations with him. I'd forgotten. The only prayer I knew was, now lay me down to sleep. The only, and of course, when I would end up in jail cells and things like that, I would beg God to get me out. Help me. I need help. We all need help. We need help. Our intellect does not know. We think we know. And it creates problems so it can try to solve problems, these invisible problems that never go away, and they keep replaying, and it keeps creating problems, and we try to solve them, and we try to help each other out and explain what's going on. But we don't know what the hell's going on. I'm telling you. We need help. And there's only one that can help. It is our one absolute eternal being. Father, Mother, Son is one. I like the way that Hope and Open O explains it. The divine, and this is all us now. This is the whole being. The divine creator, super conscious spirit, high breath of inspiration, conscious mind, mother, and the subconscious mind, inner child. So there's a mother-child relationship. But our intellect, that conscious mind, does not know. It's been designed, it's the divine plan. It's been designed to be able to choose. It's the gift to choose which master I will serve. I can engage the data, the memories, or I can let go and ask for help and trust in the divine creator part of me. I can trust in Jesus the Christ. Let me explain that. So I got to ask God. I knew nothing about it. Every time I'd stare in the mirror, I'd see this ask God. Can't even tell you why I got it. And then I went through a divorce, a lot of struggling and pain and anger and fights, and I mean, you name it, blackouts, and just a lot of struggle, a lot of hard times in my life. And yeah, your intuition. And faith. And on the inside, I was like, God, there's got to be something else. And I could not stop doing the things I did not want to do. But it was not me. It was the memory dwelling in me. It was the memory that was running the show and still runs the show. So, but I did not know that then. And I met a woman, and she began to live with me. And we started going to a church, which church has never been for me. And I'm not bashing it. It's for people, and to each their own. But it's just never really been for me. And music was kind of okay. And I remember they started having these meetings over at my house, and these connect groups. I remember they kept talking about this book, this Bible, which I'd never read. I tried to read it one time, and I got like half a page down. I was like, this is for the birds here. And but they were talking about this Bible, and I would get in there and try to bullshit. And I finally came to a place where I realized I was ignorant. And I remember telling my girlfriend at the time, I was like, I'm not going to talk about this anymore because I don't know anything about it. I've never read it. I don't even want to read it. So I'm just not going to talk about it anymore. But she had bought me this Bible, and I would dust it off when they'd come over, so they thought I was reading it. And I remember one night our group leader couldn't be there, and another man filled in. And I remember this man, we went to his office, and first time I'd ever seen him, and he posed a question for us. And the question was this. This is the first thing he said. He looked at us, and I mean, it was like he was looking right at me. And he said, "Do you hear God's voice?" And I was like, "Oh my God, this is what I've been looking for." He said, "Do you hear God's voice?" And I was like, and all of a sudden, on the inside, how's he hearing God's voice? Why can't I hear God's voice? See, I'd forgotten about my childhood. I forgot how clearly I could hear. But all these memories had been awakened, and I was carrying all this baggage and all this resentment, this refilling memories, remembering, refilling over and over and over. The tapes were running and running and running and running. In my mind, I couldn't focus and I couldn't read, and it just constantly. But now this question started. It went in me, that question, and it went off. How's he here? How's he hearing? Why can't I hear? How's he hearing? You got to ask him. You got to ask him how. So later I asked him, which was very unusual for me. I said, I'm interested. How are you hearing God's voice? And he said, well, he said he basically taught me how to journal in about 5 minutes. He said, well, I wake up a little earlier than I have to get out, and I wake up and I ask God to speak to me. And I open my Bible. He was reading the Bible, and he said I'd read the Old Testament, one chapter out of the Old, one chapter out of the New, and one chapter out of Proverbs, because it's wisdom. He said when something jumps off the page at me, or I have a question about something, or I relate to one of them, I'll write that scripture down, and I'll think about it, contemplate on it. And sometimes I think about it all day. And he said, and then eventually something will come to me, and I'll write that down, what I think that's being said to me through that scripture. And at the end of the week, I'll meet with another man, and we go over what we've written down, what we've journaled for the week. And he said, I always need somebody else to kind of help me. There's a common thread there. And he said, God's even speaking to me in that common thread. And I said, man, that's interesting, but I'm not interested. I'm not interested. For one, I don't have a desire to read that book. And I became very angry when he started bringing the Bible up. And then I said, I can't understand it, man. I've tried to understand it. I can't understand it. I don't understand a lick of it. And the other thing is I don't have the time. I didn't tell him everything I was doing. And this man said, okay, can you just do something for me? I said, maybe. He said, can you just ask? Can you just wake up 5 minutes early? Ask God to give you the desire. Ask God to give you the time. Ask God to give you the understanding. I said, man, I can do that. Okay, I can do that. And he's very wise. If you ask your father for bread, you're not going to get a bag of stones. When you knock, the door will be open. Ask. It's okay. Just ask for help. And I'm going to get into what we're doing now, and it is asking, and it's trusting. And he said, hey, don't be surprised if God breaks your leg and lays you up and you got all the time in the world. And I was like, what? That's what he told me. Sure enough, I started asking. Sure enough, about a week into it, I was lifting weights early one morning like I did by myself. Lifting, I think I had 110-pound dumbbells. And one got away from me and tore my shoulder up. And I kept playing rugby, and I damaged it worse. And I had to have surgery. And I was laid up for about a month. And out of nowhere, I started wanting to read the Bible. And out of nowhere, I started hearing this voice again. And I started understanding. And about a year of that, I still couldn't stop. I became miserable. Because there was these two competing energies. It was resisting against something within me. I couldn't stop. This memory it just had me. And I couldn't stop doing these things. I couldn't stop hurting people. I couldn't stop hurting myself. I couldn't stop blacking out. I couldn't stop. And I wanted to so bad. And about a year into this, I'd kicked the girl out. I wound up in my house. I'd been on about a 4-day bender. And I wound up locked in my house, absolutely scared to death. And I could not call anyone. I was so scared that someone would see me like that. Because I had many, many faces from many places and many people. And I was so scared somebody was going to see me. I locked the door, I pulled all the blinds. I said, okay. I went and crawled in my bed. I looked up at the ceiling and I said, okay, God, now I know you're real. This is the place I was in. And I know there's more purpose to life. That's what I said out loud. I said, I know there's more meaning to life than the way I'm living. But if my life continues like this, I'm killing myself right now. And I used to tell people, that I felt dead. It scared the hell out of me. It did. I had so much clarity in that moment. Something happened in my room. And it's never stopped. But I had so much clarity. The real stopped. The replaying stopped. The thoughts stopped. And I had so much clarity. And I could see. I saw this path that I had been choosing and I was choosing. And now I see that it's when I choose to engage the memories, I get stuck in the program. Reactionary, anger, all that stuff. And I felt that I was going to die. If I kept on that path. And I turned. I cringed. And out of nowhere, I heard a voice speak to me from the right side. And the voice said, just ask me for help. I don't have to explain that to anyone. And the voice to me was Jesus. But I couldn't ask for help. I fought the voice. And it kept on. It was in me. It was whirling around me. It's like a wind. everywhere. I was like in a whirlwind. He spoke to me out of the whirlwind in the chaos. And I made it to my kitchen. I started trying to clean the house. And I made it to my kitchen. And there was a tangible force there that pressed me down on my shoulders. I got stuck to the floor. And I cried and 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 cried. And the only thing I kept saying over and over again is it was a prayer that I was taught. And I just kept saying it over and over and over again. Please do for me what I can't do for myself. Just do for me what I can't do for myself. We don't know what to do. But I do today. And I later got brought back to that same experience. That voice was so much me. It was me. I'm not going to try to explain this. It was me. It was we. It felt everything that I was going through. I could hear the compassion in this voice. Ask me for help. And then later, I started to wake up every morning, and I really started to dig into, I was like, okay, who am I in Christ? If we are one, I'm everything that God is. I'm everything that Jesus is. I'm everything that Elijah is. I'm everything that Isaiah is. I'm everything that John is. I'm everything that you are. I'm everything that I am. I'm everything that everything is. And I started to get up and dig into these scriptures and ancient texts and for about 30 days, and I would just mull over them and dig into them and rewrite them, and I wanted it to be my own language. I didn't want this traditional quoting stuff, and about 30 days into that, I woke up one morning, I sat up in the bed, and something had happened. Again. And I sat up and I said, I don't know what has happened. Something's happened to me. Something's happened. I feel like I'm you, and you're me. How can this be? I don't even know how I can ever explain this to anyone. It's like the dreams I have. We're so one that before my question comes, the answer's already there. We never move our mouths. We're so connected. And I woke up and I said, I'm you. And you're me. I feel it. Just ask me for help, which has evolved now. In each and every moment, we do not intellectually know. The intellect is there to make a choice. Choose whom you will serve this day. As for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord. Now the Lord is divine light. It is me. Jesus the Christ means to become the Christ. It's why he came to reveal the Christ, becoming the Christ, the fullness. We are expressing and unfolding the one idea of our being, the movement, the evolution. It is happening naturally. So in each and every moment of each and every day, each moment, I have a choice. I can engage the programming, the data, or I can ask for help from my divine self, my higher self. Call it whatever you want. Doesn't matter. And when I do that, all I'm doing is simply saying, thank you, I love you. And when I say that, I'm saying I need help. I want to take responsibilities for all of this data that's replaying as all these problems in my reality. War, poverty, famine, disease, sickness, death, murder, violence, anger, depression, anxiety, arthritis, cancer, addiction, despair. But I don't know what they are. The divine design is for me to trust, to move out of the way, say, intellect, I'm choosing you now. Father, Mother, Spirit, I need you to hit the delete button on whatever it is. I want to let go. And in doing so, we become clearer and clearer and clearer. Now, the tapes are always running. They're in the subconscious, so you're not aware of them until problems arise, until you're triggered, until you feel a certain way, uneasy, diseased. Stop trying to figure it out. We're designed to need help from our higher self, Source, God, our one and only being, Spirit, breath, inspiration. But we have to give that part of us permission to come in and hit the delete button. You don't have to feel it. You don't have to mean it. When I hit the delete button, I'm just hitting the delete button on this computer. And each and every moment I'm saying, okay, thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. The tapes are always playing. The data is always playing. So I'm always playing. Thank you, I love you. 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 The intellect needs something to do. Give it something to do. But as soon as I pause, as soon as I notice, and I'm saying, okay, I want to take 100% responsibility. Whatever's going on in me that's attracted this and created this, I want to take responsibility. I need help. Please hit the delete button. I love you. I'm asking for help. We know not what we do. Each and every moment. My salvation is each and every moment. And as I get clearer, my sails, this inspiration comes in and lifts my sails up into their true identity. They're no longer confused. My environment becomes my natural state of being, peace, tranquility, void, empty, nothingness. There's no more confusion, back and to and fro, back and forth, doubt, confusing my sails, creating toxic environment within. And when there's a toxic environment within, my sails are always seeking peace and stability. And when they don't have an environment of peace and stability, they break down into smaller forms of life where they find peace and stability. Hence, decaying, deteriorating, breaking down, getting weak, dying. But it's still life. It's just breaking down. So each and every moment, I'm asking for help. I'm letting go. I don't want to know. I don't have to know. I don't have to understand. I just understand that, hey, the God part of me is doing this. And I'm making this choice. I'm choosing this path. I'm choosing this path. I'm trusting. I'm trusting. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. And I'm loving this inner child that I've neglected so much of, which is all of creation. And the memories are being transmuted. And we're becoming clear. My cup. Clean the inside of the cup. My cup runneth over. The clearer I am, the inspiration just comes. And the thing about inspiration, if I'm clear, if I'm at zero when the inspiration comes, you don't think about it. You just follow it. And you end up places, you meet people, certain things happen, ideas come, and they just unfold. You don't have to think about it. If you're thinking about it, it's a memory. There's no choice when inspiration comes and we're clear. You just follow the breath, like the wind. So, it's okay to ask for help however you're doing that. And I can't explain how this oneness, how one we are, there's still Jesus and I'm still one, we're the same. And I don't even want to explain it. I just feel it. But today, I have a choice. You have a choice. We have a choice. Choose whom you will serve. But you cannot serve two masters. You'll love the one and hate the other. So each and every moment, I am making the conscious choice to trust in divinity. I love you. Thank you. I'm asking for help. Hit the delete button. Help me let go of these memories and not engage the memory. So I hope that helped. Went a little longer than I thought. Yeah, that's the thing about the now. Each moment I'm choosing to be present. I love you connects me to the present moment. When I pause, I'm present. Everything is present. Mountains melt like wax in the present. You walk into rooms and people will be healed, set free, delivered. They'll experience wholeness. And you'll never say a word because you're present. Let your thoughts be my thought, and your ways will be my way. You'll be led in the peace that surpasses all understanding. And you'll go forth in fullness of joy. And the mountains and the hills will break forth in songs before you. And the trees will bend over and clap their hands. Let go. Let go of the control. Let go of the need to know everything. Let go of the need to be right. Let go and let God. Let go. It's okay. We can trust life. We can trust the universe. And letting go and asking for help. These memories that have been plaguing us and keeping us bound to the programs. Why do you think wars continue? Why do you think everything just replays? There's nothing new under the sun because they're replaying. They've been going on. It's ancient. It's been happening for billions of years probably. But we're here today. There's a transition taking place. We came for this time right now to set ourselves free, setting all of creation free of these memories that corrupt out of the programming. It's all within you. Peace begins with me. And we can do this. So I love you all. Hope that helped. Man, I've been crying a lot lately. There's just a lot of energy being transitioned. A lot. And I love to cry and laugh. Y'all have a great day today. I love you. Peace.